Welcome, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the World Wrestling Podcast. Welcome back to this is episode 2 of the WWP. I'm your host, Reef, with my co-host, the Sith Lord, Darth Syro. Darth Syro, how are you doing today?
Reef, I'm excellent. How are you doing? I got a much better day outside than I had the last couple days, so I am ready to talk about some wrestling, and man, am I excited about what we have to talk about this week. How you doing?
I love it, man. So much happened these past 2 shows.
YEET!
So much happened these past 2 shows.
YEET!
Specifically, Monday Night Raw.
YEET!
We got ourselves a new champion.
YEET!
We're so excited to get into today's episode.
YEET!
Man, oh man, how long we waited for the title to switch hands and to finally, it's been 14 years. And we have
YEET!
the main
so
event. Jey is the Intercontinental Champion, dude. I know. Listen. I have a lot to say about this. In a very different manner, I'm gonna let you start with a few words. I want to hear you say a few words on Jey's behalf here, man. Talk to me a little bit. How did you feel in that moment when that bell rang and that title was hoisted above main event Jey Uso?
I'm not sure if you caught the shot of Joe Tessitore, but I felt and knew. I was so excited that he became the IC champ. After 14 years, you said it, thank you, of being a tag competitor. Remember when we talked last week, last week, about how I felt about the tag? Oh, YEET! Can you please talk to me about how you feel? Because I know that you're riding a high right now. I mean, you have Gunther as your World Heavyweight Champ, and you've got Jey Uso as your IC champ. How you doing?
YEET. So look, you brought up Joe Tessitore. I'm gonna tell you one thing before I even get into the Jey Uso part. He called an amazing match. I mean, the ending with his call was so goosebumps everywhere. It was so
he did a great job.
It was great phenomenal. That was by far his best call of his career so far in the WWE. Shout out to Joe Tessitore for that. Dude, I told everyone. I called it last week. I told y'all, Jey's got this. He gonna dog walk him. I tweeted before the match. I said, it's time to walk the dogs. And he dog walked his ass, man. He backed up all that talk he was talking. He finally got that gold wrapped around his waist. He's a singles champion. Man, that match was incredible. It took me for a ride. There were so many moments in it that I want to highlight. Namely, there was 2 specific moments, right? The first time, they all kind of intertwined, right?
Yep.
So early in the match, you saw Braun Breaker being a little arrogant. I mean, Jey was fighting, doing his thing, but early in the match, it felt a little dominant on Braun's side, and he liked it like a power slam or something like that, and then pinned him, but half pinned, only 1 count, and then immediately after the 1, he starts doing push-ups, and I was like, oh, this dude, he's wilding. Braun is wilding, right? As you go on in the match, right, Jey starts fighting back a little bit, and you get to this point where Jey's kind of beat up a little bit, and Braun goes and he runs the ropes, and we see the replay of what happened last week on Monday Night Raw prior to this match, where he runs the ropes and Jey gets the spear. And we see that exact same moment happen again, and I'm like, oh my God, this is how it ends. Like, Jey's gonna win. I was excited. Jey gets the splash. It hits. You get the 1, the 2, and the kick out. And I'm talking about, it was 2.9 second kick out. That was insane. My heart
That's when everybody started to believe that it could happen on a Monday night in Toronto, California.
The second he kicked out, though, the doubt crept in so fast. Because I was like, oh my God, there's no way. Like that's it. And what happened right after was Braun Breaker was the first one up. And he was seething. I mean, dude, like Joe Tessitore said, he was spitting with rage. And he kicks Jey out of the ring. And he goes outside the other way to gain his momentum to do that crazy spear. And Jey hits him with the super kick that practically paralyzed Braun Breaker. He's sitting up paralyzed, dude. And then he goes back and he hits him with the spear through the barricade.
You see how fast he was
You
running?
know what I love about
You
Jey?
see
You
how
know what I
fast he
love?
was running when he did
I know,
that?
dude, he's a beast. And there's something I want to mention about that in a few moments here. But then he does something amazing that I love about him, right? He throws Braun back into the ring. He doesn't go for the pin. He's, I'm going to beat this boy's ass. He gets him with another spear. And then an Uso splash. And
Yep.
then the Joe Tessitore call. And
Yep.
then the 1, the 2, the 3.
Yep.
We posed a question last week. Who has the better spear? And I will say this now, and I don't care who the hell wants to disagree. Jey proved his spear to be the better spear. He showed everyone. Because if you remember in the match, Braun got like a half spear, I want to call it, because he was a little high. He was around like the
It
chest
sucked.
area.
It sucked.
It
It
sucked.
sucked. Yep.
And Jey said, this is how you're supposed to do it. And did it 3 times.
Yep. I was proven wrong from last week. Yeah, I was proven wrong.
We both were. We both said.
Yeah.
I said obviously Braun Breaker has the better spear.
Yeah.
I was obviously wrong. I'm so sorry, Jey. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me for that. If you're listening to this, I love you for listening. Number one. Number two, I apologize with all my heart. I sincerely apologize. I should have never ever said those words. It was blasphemy.
I'm really glad.
I don't care how dangerous or how violent your spear is. If you not hitting it multiple times or anything like Jey did, Jey done hit you with 3 spears in one match. Boy, he got the better spear. He did more damage in 3 spears than you was going to do in one, and you did half of one. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Jey did his thing. He is, he's one of the best wrestlers in the industry right now, man. I absolutely love Jey Uso. I will never, ever, I'm never going to lose that energy for Jey, man. He's a fucking man, dude. I love that guy.
I think that Jey Uso deserves this title run right now. He has worked so hard to get to where he is, and now he's stepped face to face with a young guy who's a little bit bigger, got obviously a pretty big family legacy, and he's trying to tell him, "I got this," and he does. And I just
because Roman said that he did it. Roman told me he'll never be shit without him.
Yeah,
and
that's where the main event. That's where the main event moniker came from. Absolutely.
And he came back and he proved Roman wrong. And it's just such a beautiful moment for Jey to be able to separate himself from the bloodline and officially be the guy that can be his own man and do his own thing.
Do you think his title run? Do you think his title run is gonna last long?
I hope so. I'm here for the run. Listen.
Me too.
If you name me a bunch of active wrestlers right now and ask me who is good enough to beat Jey, I'd probably say no to 90% of them. So I think he'll be good. I think he'll be fine. But we're probably gonna see a rematch with him and Braun Breaker. So we'll see how that goes.
Fair enough. I can't wait for it.
Speaking of the bloodline, we were talking about how Jey splits from the bloodline, so that team kind of fractured there. Now there's a new team in the fold here.
No, don't talk about
the new team. We talked about this last week. And we kind of have to talk about it again this week because I'll give them credit. It was a beautiful cinematic experience. The Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns in the Georgia Tech football field. It was a nice change of pace because it was like really cinematic. I love the music choice they had for it. Really cool as at watching it, but as a wrestling fan and as someone who loves the wrestling, right? Let's talk a little bit about how we feel about what was said. Not the quality of the cinematics or anything, but what was said.
That's what I want to get to, man. I honestly want to get to this because, be honest with you, like the week before, we had the whole conversation about it, and I, we're big fans of the Bloodline story so far. But now what's happening is we're going sideways, and we're going sideways hard. We're going sideways fast. There's one.
Some would argue we're going downhill. But
yeah, there's one recovery here. There's one recovery, and I'll talk about it. So, okay, Cody Roman teaming up. It's as cheesy as the cheddar in my fridge. It's cheesy. It's cheesy as that joke. And the whole idea of it being a cinema segment, whatever you call it, I'll be honest with you.
That's Roman's thing. If it's the narrative for him.
Sure, sure. It was great to see. The visual was nice, but I'll be real with you. What was said made me believe more than ever that if Roman Reigns does not want to kick Cody Rhodes' ass the absolute second that they finish that match, I'm going to start having a lack of faith in his ability to bounce back. I'm starting to think that we're back to post-Shield, pre the dog, pre the big dog kind of era where he sucked. I'm sorry to say it, but I need him to do something that's going to really show Cody, screw you, that's my title, I'm on top. And then he sends a message to his cousin. Of course, he sends a message to Jey saying, hey, you think you have a title? Let me show you the title that I have back now, too. And then it would be even better if we could come back together. Yeah. Maybe we could do something together again. I don't know. But so anyway, what's your opinion on this right now?
It's interesting because now Jay's the one with a solo title and Roman's titleless. So that's just a little interesting thing. But back to the topic.
No tribe, no title. Cody said one thing that made sense. You got no tribe, you got no title.
Yeah, and well, he said another thing. It's not your title to take, and because it's not at the moment, it's not. Now, here's what I liked about it, but I honestly still prefer these kind of things to be in ring. Like I said, I appreciate the cinematics. It was cool. It was really awesome, whatever. But overall, I want to see them more in the ring, not in a field. But when he stopped him and said, "This isn't your title to take," and then Roman told him, "You're in my way in life." The drama from that, I was like, okay, that gives me faith that we're still gonna see Roman turn on him. But I don't think it's redeeming enough for me to get over the fact that he's teaming with him in the first place to fight his own family.
We have to see what happens after.
And last week, and everyone wanted to call me crazy for this, but last week I called for Roman's retirement over this bullshit. And I'm still upset about this bullshit. I don't care for this at all, to be honest. This tag team match is very minimal interest from me in this tag team match. And I think that I want to just be hopeful for what the fallout of it's gonna be.
Yeah.
And what's really going to interest me and what's going to conflict me a little bit here is if Solo and Jacob Fatu win. Because I said last week that Solo has lost a lot of credibility, and I think he did. Last week when he lost that cage match to Cody, I think he lost a lot of credibility and validity of as tribal chief, especially considering his tribe didn't show up to help him. But I think that winning this match can restore some of that. But
I can go for
it's gonna be interesting. That might create a little bit of interest in me to see what goes forward from there. But as a whole, with this aspect of the story, it's just very lame to me. And it's like Roman. It's so annoying to me that Roman decided to turn his back on his family, and that's what bugs me the most, and why I can never get over this is that Roman turned his back on his family and is now he has no interest in reclaiming his bloodline, and he's playing victim. I don't like that he's playing victim here, which is to me like they took it all away from me. Like, no, motherfucker, you turned your back on them. You left them high and dry months and months. We never heard from you.
Yeah,
so this victim thing is stupid. It's like I'm losing respect by the second for Roman Reigns, dude.
I love Roman Reigns, but what's confusing to me, and I want him to make a comeback, and I want him to be on top again, but he has to do the work to get there. What's confusing to me about him right now is when he had lost the title and then left, and the dark days that we talk about. What he needs to do now as he's back is to make his intentions clear, and he's not doing that. I don't know if he cares about...
I don't think you need to do that. I'm not, listen, with wrestlers, I think it's not smart to make your intentions clear. Like, you see sometimes see like Karrion Kross coming out and like and Miz asking him, well, what's your angle? Like, I like when guys have mysterious angles. It works for them. It's a good tactic to have, but I don't like when your principles and your morals aren't clear, because that's what I can't respect. Roman had very clear principles and morals. Family above all, wreck everyone. Like, very clear about those things. And now it's a different Roman Reigns, and that's what I can't respect. Continue. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's just okay. When I say intentions, I don't mean he has to call every shot before he takes it. What I mean is I want to know, are you going to get your title back? Is that your priority one? Or is your priority one to destroy Solo Sikoa? They can't be the same thing, because Solo and his bloodline do not have the title. So please, what I want to know as a Roman fan is tell me what you're going to do or show me what your interest is. Right now, it looks like your interest is to resolve your emotional battering because Solo took your spot. When you left it, you abandoned the spot. And what bothers me about that is that's more important than the title to Roman, which is showing me we might still have the Roman of WrestleMania 40, who instead of going to win the title, throws it away because he needs to hit Seth Rollins in the back because he has a personal problem. So do whatever you want, Roman, but just make it clear as to what you're going to do. Right now, I'm unsure. And it looks like you're saying, I'll team up with Cody Rhodes, my enemy, just to destroy Solo, which to me is, like you said, it's a conflicting feeling because I'm kind of like, that's consistent with you, but at the same time, I don't necessarily love that for you. I would love if you came in to destroy Solo and had the title, because then you approach him as you have power. Who are you now? You're a
the path there is getting a little muddy because I think now we're in too deep for him to just not acknowledge the fact that he does have family business to take care of that might supersede the need for the title in the immediate future. How long is it going to take him to take care of this family business? Something, but it would fall more in line with the Roman I loved, to take care of family matters first, family above all, right? It would make more sense to me doing that. I never liked that it got this far in the first place. I was against him taking it as far as he took in the first place, but as always, like, I think that that's one of those things that I just feel like we'll have to wait and see, like, how he goes about it and everything. But I just don't like the direction he's moving in right now. But I think he's too far along to turn back and change directions. So we just got to watch it play out the way it plays out. And I'm really interested to hear what the viewers at home are thinking about this. I know a lot of you guys are excited about this. So please let us know. Did you enjoy the cinematic? What are you excited for in the future of this whole story? Including a topic we might want to get into right here, right now. Kevin Owens didn't seem too happy about this team up either.
He was kind of pissed. He was kind of pissed. And Cody coming out to help him, and then we get the shot, the camera shot where we
I want to talk about this a little bit.
He's got the chair.
100%. So
I don't know what Owens doing. Are we gonna? I want Owens to break. Okay, I just gotta say it. Can I just say it? I just wanted to break.
I'll tell you what Owens is doing. He's boiling up inside, and we're gonna finally get the prize fighter that we all loved back in the day, and I can't wait for it because the Kevin Owens we've watched for so long lately has been a shadow of his former self. This is a rated G loser that we're watching, and we're about to get rated R. I can't say that because Edge is always gonna be the rated R superstar. We're gonna get the prize fighter back. We're gonna get the guy that shows no loyalty. He's there for him, and he knows the business is a cutthroat business, and we're finally getting to it, and he's cracking, and I don't like that he's suppressing it. I want him to unleash it. I saw it in his eyes. He was really considering it.
I saw that.
I saw it. Dude, you don't understand. I was at the edge of my seat. I'm like, please do it, please do it, please do it. Hit him. I want to see it so bad.
I looked at my wife, and my wife looked at me, and we both wondered, is he gonna do something? Like, it looks like he's gonna do something. Why are they shooting this way? What's happening?
And look, the fans, they love Cody, so they'll be really upset with Kevin Owens. And I'll be like I normally am because I feel like I disagree with the overall consensus of the fans kind of often. Although I think that I speak for a good chunk of people when I speak. I represent a good chunk of people that would love to see Kevin Owens back in the prize fighter form that he once was. Yeah. And it needs to happen. You're living in Cody's shadow here. You would be a title holder if it wasn't for you being the sensitive softie with him. Oh, your leg is hurt. I'm not going to hurt you anymore.
Remember, he was Universal Champion.
Dude, he beat Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Beat Austin at Mania.
Dude, I will.
And did he win? And has taken his finishing move, by the way. And
then took his finishing move. Took his finishing move. Yeah. So there is, and which that's a whole topic that we'll have to talk about another day. About taking some finishing moves, I think should be reserved and should be retired. But the fact that he fought Austin at Mania, I think, gives him that pass. I'm perfectly okay with that. Well, no, I'm not perfectly okay with it, but I just have to understand it at that point. It doesn't sit well with me, but it's okay. I can't be the guy that makes the decision. You got to reserve.
Stone Cold respected
Stone Cold is the one
and allowed that to happen.
Listen, I think there's a 0% chance that he would be doing the Stone Cold Stunner right now if Stone Cold wasn't okay. We would see Stone Cold every other week, coming up and beating his ass every week if he wasn't okay.
100%, under 100%. He
Stone
would
Cold
just show
still
up
got it.
and hit him with the stunner. Absolutely.
But yeah, dude, I just like Kevin Owens. Please, whatever you do, man. The next time you have a chance, smack that motherfucker with the chair, please. Hit him. Beat his ass. We need the prize fighter back. It'll make bro, having Kevin Owens and prime Kevin Owens will immediately elevate SmackDown because now we're gonna have him going and beating the brakes off of anyone and everyone and making his way to that title fight and being a main eventer again. And we're gonna have some interesting stuff because right now we don't have enough wrestlers that are locked in. We have a bunch of wrestlers that are just kind of having fun doing what they're doing, and no one's really locked in to create some insane moments for us.
You just gave me the best idea. I want to see Kevin Owens interfere in the Roman Cody bloodline match at Bad Blood. Wow. And I want him to do it then. Because I want him to say that if you're gonna team with my enemy, then I would rather team with yours. I want to see Cody Rhodes get nailed by Kevin Owens at Bad Blood as part of an interference. I want to see that.
You know what? You know what I think? Well, here's the thing: Kevin Owens, I don't think would ever do that because he would never want to help the bloodline. But if he does do it, he'll be fighting everyone, and he'll just go and beat the brakes off everyone, and then that is the perfect way to bring the prize fighter back.
Yeah, that's
and the way it's gonna teach Roman Reigns. It'll teach Roman Reigns, hey, wreck everyone and leave. That's not you anymore. It's me.
Yeah, 100%
from Roman because he doesn't deserve it anymore.
100%.
And who knows? That could create a lot. Hey, listen. It depends on the way all of that goes down. That can really this has severe implications for a possible breakdown in the future of this bloodline, and we can watch this dissolve in real time very soon if things don't go their way for the bloodline. So we can definitely see a fracture coming up very soon. And as always, everyone, you guys let us know if you would be excited to see Kevin Owens turn on Cody at Bad Blood or any other time. Are you excited to get the prize fighter back? That's what we want to know here. Moving along here. We spoke about some fractures. We spoke about this last week. We're coming up on the 10-year anniversary, a decade anniversary here. I know how much you love the New Day. Some interesting developments from last Monday where Kofi Kingston took accountability for the fracture that happened, last week.
Hold on, let me get my booty O's while you introduce this segment.
Like, go get your booty O's, dude. Lord knows Xavier Woods ain't having them. He gave Xavier Woods the reins, and he told him, hey, you're going to quarterback this for us. And then we saw how that unfolded. Xavier Woods obviously took his eyes off the ball and got distracted by Chad Gable, started beating the brakes off of Chad Gable.
Yeah.
But that moment lost them the match, and Kofi did a fantastic job keeping them in and setting them up for a victory. So how do you feel now that some new things? Last week when we discussed this, we were somewhat justifying Xavier Woods' emotions towards the New Day fracture and everything. We justified his reactions to what had happened last week. So this past Monday, things are a little shifted here. Has your perception shifted?
You know what?
The cause of this breakup here, if there is going to be a breakup.
I don't want to say breakup yet. Please, don't say breakup yet. Please. Let's just say this. Kofi is trying his best to remind his boy that we are bigger than petty grievances. And I think Xavier has taken himself a little too seriously as of late, where he forgot that you can be both excellent in the ring and also funny and lighthearted and give people a good time and have your bootios and with your trombone, and I love it. But what's going on?
He makes a valid point though. Those are the kind of things that you can do when you're winning. But my problem with him is he's blaming Kofi for not being locked in when, especially this week, he wasn't locked in. And then he goes to backstage and blames everyone but himself. Doesn't take any accountability for the fact that he lost them the match.
Yeah. He's. I'll tell you this. He's beginning his Anakin era, in my opinion. He's just something's wrong up there. He's starting to get a little bit too upset, and it's not working out. So I'll tell you, I don't know what's going to happen. I would love to know. Let me ask you this. Make it very simple. To you and to our audience, simple question. First, thank you all for listening. We really appreciate that. Is the New Day a group? Are they a team after the new year? Do they make it through 24? First to you, and then to our lovely audience, please leave a comment or any type of message back on any of the platforms that you're watching or listening on. But please tell us, do we make it to 2025 with the New Day as a team, or do we break them up today? Are they broken?
Look, I would love to see them stay together, but I feel like Xavier doesn't deserve the backup that he's getting at this point. And I think he's so close to breaking. And the moment in the back with Rey Mysterio, right? Rey, Hall of Famer, very respectful guy, came up to apologize. They about the miscommunication from the week prior. And so it's going. I don't. The way that he reacted just falls back into what I said last week, where the insecurities are really showing. And when it's like that, here's my thing. I think they should break up because I think Xavier needs to go alone for some time. I think he needs to. But what he really needs to do is he needs to channel that frustration and that anger, because he can definitely be a world heavyweight champion when he has that kind of chip on his shoulder. He's good enough. If he's motivated enough, he'll make it happen. And I think this is the thing that can motivate him enough. There's a serious insecurity in him that he doesn't feel good enough. And I think if Kofi loves him and Kofi wants to do what's best for him, I think he's, as hard as it's going to be, Kofi's going to have to let him go out on his own. And hopefully, it's amicable, but it might not be. And I don't know 100% if we're going to see maybe a match between them and we see some really bad blood. That was a no pun intended there. But hopefully it's not that, but it's possible we'll see that, because Xavier he's a ticking time bomb at this point. So in my opinion, I don't think they make it to New Year, dude. And I don't think it's healthy for him to make it to New Year still part of the group. I think he needs to do something alone, bro. I think he needs to take this journey. It's the insecurity it was bottled up emotions for years that it's over flooding, and he has to address it, and he has to go do this himself. He's got to prove it to himself. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't believe in him. He's the only one that I think doesn't believe in him, which is why I call it an insecurity.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with you. They don't make it through the year, despite the fact that I really want them to. I think that Xavier is like a shark in a shark cage, and once he's out of that cage, it's gonna be maybe Royal Rumble time, and maybe he might win. I don't know. He's a big guy. But listen, speaking of a shark in a shark cage, how about Dirty Dominic? How about Rhea and Liv and watching the son of a bitch overhead?
Yo, did you see Dom's face when they mentioned the shark cage? I can't go back. I
I know. She said behind bars. I like that she said behind bars. That was perfect.
Dude, that was incredible. The whole segment. First of all, mommy, you look amazing. I gotta tell you.
Did you like the makeup? I think the makeup was perfect. The makeup
I love
awesome.
I love mommy all the time. I think she always looks fantastic, but boy, did she look good coming out there. Not only did she look good, man. Dude, that headbutt, I have a type. I need my woman with a little bit of psychotic energy in her. And Rhea is the ultimate psychopath. I absolutely love her. And that headbutt was vicious.
I'll let her know.
Man, if you can get me in contact, maybe get me a photo shoot with her. Anyone else has a connect and wants to get me a little photo op with the love of my life, I would be all down for it, man. I would repay you handsomely.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I can't wait for this match. I really want to see gold around Rhea's waist again. I don't want it on Liv. I think Liv. You know what? I hate Liv's laugh. I think she does it intentionally.
I hate Liv as champion. She does it intentionally, of course. But I just don't like her as a champion.
It's such an ugly laugh, dude. I can't stand it. It's disgusting. And I really want Rhea to put this beef behind her already, because she's just so much better than this. And there's so much better out there for her. And I want her to be the champion with all the women trying their hardest to beat her and all of them coming short, because how do you beat this psychotic beast of a woman?
Yep. I'm with that.
I really can't wait, and I just love the fact that Dom's gonna be hanging from a shark cage. That's just gonna be fun. I don't hate Dom the way everyone else hates Dom. I really don't. He's a kid. I can't hate him. He's a young guy. I just can't hate him. And I said this before to you, sometime before, where I don't think Dom gets a chance to be hated by me because no one gives him a chance to speak ever. So he doesn't really get a chance here. Like, I think it's just, like I said, I told you last time, it's gotta be fun. Like, you make any sound in unison with thousands of people, it's gonna be fun. So when you're booing him all at the same time, I understand why you want to do it, but I don't understand if you are intentionally hating on Dom. I just don't
I think
see
he's
why
judged by his actions, my boy. I think he's judged by his actions.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know that I don't know that I can hate him for a lot of his actions, like him hating his dad, right? I don't know that I can blame him for hating his dad.
Sure.
His dad wasn't around. I understand it because we love Rey Mysterio over here. That Rey Mysterio is my favorite all-time wrestler, point blank period. There's no one that is gonna compete with that. To this day, Rey Mysterio will always be my favorite all-time wrestler. Love you, Rey, all day.
Wow.
But I understand it from like the perspective of a young kid that never gets to see his dad. So like that's I think what the roots of the hate for Dom is.
Yeah.
But because I don't hate him for that, that's why I don't understand it. And he doesn't get enough chance to do and say things that make you hate him. He just acts like a kid, bro. He needs his chicken tendies and he gets hose. You know what I mean? So like
I don't
what do you hate about
understand.
him?
So you're not mad at him that he cheated on Rhea. You're not mad at him that he doesn't like that he's unappreciative of his father working so hard to provide for his family. How can this guy do no wrong to you? You know why people don't let him talk?
Because he's a kid.
Because
I say this about my coworker who's he's like
he
19,
could
20
still
years
be a
old.
dick.
I don't care. Yeah, he could be, but I'll always default to that's a kid. I don't care. Until you're a grown man being that way, I can't judge you. I'm a grown man. Why do I look like judging a child? And I get he's not a child. I get he's grown, he's older now, but like he is still into me. Like he seems like a kid, like he acts like a kid still, and I don't feel that he's like a grown ass adult, you know what I mean?
Okay.
How old is Dominic Mysterio anyway?
I have no idea. Probably 35. I would bet 33, maybe.
27. You're way off.
Wow, I'm old.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than me, so to me, he's a kid. He'll always be a kid to me because he's 2 years younger than me.
There you go.
That's just how it is. So, and listen, hey, and if whoever out there is listening that wants to chime in on if you hate Dom or you're whatever it is, or chime in on the Rhea and Liv Morgan thing. Do you guys think, are you part of the Liv Dom? Do you want to see Liv maintain her titleship, or do you want to see it go back to Mommy, Monday Night Mommy title holder? Let us know in the comments below. And we get to the big dogs here.
I love that you're talking about
As we
this one.
there's ever last week we saw guys going through drywall. We asked the question, we posed the question, how do we settle this? I came up with a unique idea for the break the ring match that apparently did not get considered by Adam Pearce. I'm gonna send him a strongly worded email right after this podcast.
I'm sure he's gonna respond.
However, I do love the concept. It did go over my head. I texted a friend of mine after I recorded the podcast asking him the same question, and he hit me with the last man standing immediately. So he called it. Shout out to Juan. Juan called this match coming up. It's the last monster standing. Cyro,
Way to go,
what
Juan.
are your predictions?
Way to go,
Who
Juan.
is the last monster standing?
Last monster standing in this match, because I'm a fan of him, be Braun Strowman. I want Braun Strowman to throw Bronson Reed so far that it breaks stuff that we haven't seen broken before. Okay, when I saw Rhea Liv and Dom. Look, I'm so used to Rhea being with Dom.
Right.
I'm so screwed up. When I saw Liv and Dom come in with the Lucha Brothers lowrider, which by the way was awesome and also available in a store near you. WWE, can I please have my check? Then I saw Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. I saw two projectiles from the right side fly through the merchandise area on the side. I was like, oh my god, those are the sounds of the Boiler Room match between The Big Show and Mankind back in 1999. I was so excited. So last monster standing next week. I think it's probably going to be Strowman, and I think that he's
Hey,
gonna do
Strowman
something
has
dangerous to
Strowman.
Bronson Reed.
Listen. If we're keeping score right now, Strowman's beating the brakes off of Bronson Reed more times than not. I think Bronson's done a lot of damage with the tsunami through the car and taking him through the drywall and stuff. But like overall, Braun Strowman has been beating the brakes off of Bronson Reed, and he looks like the better wrestler. Now the difference here is Bronson Reed gets up every single time. So does Braun Strowman, but Bronson Reed, except after the car, couldn't feel his fingers. Bronson Reed is going to he's gonna get up. I think he's gonna keep getting up. I want Bronson Reed to win because I love the trajectory he's going to, and I believe in him, and I'm excited for his motion. But Braun Strowman's beating the brakes off of him. But I don't care for Braun Strowman. I'm not gonna lie. You said you're a fan of him. I just don't care for him. Like to me, he's such he's fallen off. Like if Braun Strowman was doing the things that Bronson Reed was doing, then I'd be on his side. But he's such a boring big man until Bronson Reed lit the fire under him.
No competition.
Excuse me.
There was no competition.
Yeah, in a way, in a sense, I can agree with that. In a sense, I can agree with that. But
he can eat 60% of the roster.
He can. He's a big guy. But I just, again, because it's been so long and I haven't seen him do a lot, it's kind of like he's riding the wave of Bronson Reed's destructive path. And I think it's like, that's a little, like, he kind of stuck his nose in it where he didn't belong. You know what I mean? And I think it's because Bronson Reed gave him that platform. And so, Strowman, I'm going to be honest, that's kind of corny. You're a loser. You can't.
Wow. So you're taking Reed.
Yeah,
and
listen, Strowman, if you're listening, I was just kidding about calling you a loser. I would never say that to your face. I'm just an online warrior. I'm an internet warrior. Please do not harm me.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to come after your keyboard warrior self. If he sees you in real life, if he sees Mike Warrior, if he sees you in real life, he'll probably know that's probably maybe a lunch, could be a big snack.
Oh, brother. I'm a small snack for Braun Strowman.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Your boy, I keep calling him your boy because I know you're a big Sami Zayn guy. Okay?
He's my boy. He'll always be my boy. He'll always be my boy.
But what is when you see kind of him come in last week and he beats up Ludwig and okay, I get it. That's great. He's proving himself. But please talk to me about Gunther's reaction.
Amazing.
Please.
Okay, so really quickly, him beating Ludwig Kaiser, cool. It was a good match, really nice match. Loved it. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was a good match. Ludwig Kaiser is not a guy that I hold a lot of rank to, so you beating him doesn't prove anything that you deserve a title to me. And just in general, love you, Sami, but that doesn't really move the needle for me. But man, when Gunther came out, and the anger he showed walking down that ramp, full ring attire, championship belt around his waist, really set us up to, hey, we're gonna give them the match tonight. Like, this is the best place for it. So my answer is no. I lost it. That was the funniest thing. And then he got that smirk on his face. And I was like, this is why I love Gunther. People call him boring. And then he does this. You can't hate the guy. He is a champion through and through. I love it. Just so much aura there.
I think that there was, for me, it was the ring attire. It was the full ring attire.
Ring attire, 100%.
That's what did it for
me.
me.
Full troll job. I mean, he 100% sold me on it. I'm like, there's no way. When he's walking up and he's saying those, in my head, I was like, there's no way. Like, oh my God, he's really going to call this match. Maybe he's going to do it because Sami's a little weaker now and he's just going to quickly take care of him or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Like, he got beat up a little bit. But no, he just went out there to troll Sami Zayn so bad. The mind games are elite, dude. No one does it like Gunther, man.
100%. And I'll tell you what, I would love to know, do you think that Gunther's going to give him a title match in the next PLE?
No,
maybe not Bad Blood, or maybe the one after it.
Maybe the one after. I thought you were talking about Bad Blood, but maybe the one after.
Maybe not Bad Blood.
Well, the next one after that's Survivor Series, right? End of November, or no, maybe I don't know which one's after Bad Blood. I'll have to look into that one, but
Survivor Series is November. Wait, is there an October one? That used to be the Hell in the Cell, but it's not. It's Bad Blood.
Bad Blood is like beginning of October. We'll have to look into that one. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves anyway. We have Bad Blood coming up soon, so I want to focus on that PLE. I don't think he gets it in Bad Blood, and I think eventually he's gonna get it. Sami's gonna earn his title shot. He's gonna have to, but maybe if he doesn't earn his title shot,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we find out a little bit about, because hey, I'm gonna just throw this out there. Maybe the best wrestler, one of the best wrestlers in the industry, comes out and tries to get 2 types of gold.
Okay,
Maybe we get a little, maybe we get a little yeet action for the world heavyweight.
For
You know what I mean?
for our audience, please let us know. Do you think Gunther's going to give him a match or not? Is Gunther going to take him up on his challenge and either prove to him that he's the best, or maybe Sami will do something I don't know if we expect that. I don't know.
All of you guys that he's talking to right now, fuck that. Don't do any of that. Only talk about Jey. This is a Jey episode, bro.
Okay, yee! I'm excited too. Okay. Here's what we could do. Since you're so excited about Jey Uso, at the end of our program today, let's play a quick rapid fire game. I want to know if you're such a Jey guy, and you're not just a Jey guy who's into his promos and you're into how he kind of like holds himself. You like him as a wrestler. Am I right?
Right. Absolutely,
okay.
Man. Fantastic wrestler. Beast of a man. Let's go.
So I'm going to ask you in rapid fire succession. I'm going to ask you about 4, 5, 6. I don't know. We'll throw a bunch of names out. I'm going to ask you about a bunch of wrestlers that have held the IC title in the past.
I'm excited.
And what I'd like to know from you, and you can't just say Jey right away, so please hold on. Just hold on. What I want to know from you and from our audience is, are any of these previous IC title holders better than Jey Uso? If so, who? And if they're not, and Jey truly is the best, like you're probably going to say, please let us know, because
am I judging this? Am I judging this based on their like them winning and holding the title, like just the reigns, or like just them winning? Because obviously Jey just won his title, so we can't judge his reign.
No.
But like, am I judging it just like when you name the wrestler? Am I judging their whole career and saying, hey, is Jey better than this guy or not? Or am I just judging it based on just like at the moment when they won the title, is Jey better where he was when he won the title?
I want you to judge them based on how good of a wrestler they are, because that's what you love about Jey so much. I mean, but that's what you love about.
I also love the eating and the fun, the energy and stuff like that. I love the wrestling. Yeah, come on.
Who doesn't, right?
Right.
Okay, so
I'm ready to go, man. I'm locked in.
Here we go. First one, easy one. The Miz.
Yeet.
Okay. All right, now this one's unexpected. Okay, it's gonna confuse you because it's not current era. Cody Rhodes.
Yeet.
Oh my goodness, I didn't believe that one. Yeet. That's a big one. Okay.
Yeet.
Okay, we're going up in succession here now. We're going into bigger players now.
You gotta give me a challenge, brother. You gotta give me a challenge here. Those
what
are
about
easy ones.
Y2J, Chris Jericho?
Oh.
That's a big one. Oh my! The walls of Jericho just came crumbling down. Okay. Second generation.
Okay.
Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton.
Bro, you suck. It's Randy. Fuck.
Oh yes!
I want so bad to say yeet the whole 5, 6 that you were gonna do. I want to say yeet every time.
That was perfect.
You threw me a good one, dude.
Randy's
goated, bro.
Last one. This is bigger than Randy Orton. The Heartbreak Kid himself, Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels is top 5 all-time wrestler, period. Point blank, period. You want to argue with me? Go argue with a wall.
Okay, I agree with those two.
We'll argue with the crumbled walls of Jericho.
So for our audience who are keeping track at home, we've got Michaels and Orton above Jey, but Jey crushing Chris Jericho. Cody Rhodes, the dashing one, and The Miz. I love that. That is unbelievable. I'm so happy that this episode you got to say what you wanted to say, which is yeet. And new. So please take us home.
And look, listen. In a future episode, let Jey keep working. Eventually, hey, I could see a time period possibly in the future where you give me this exact same list and we go yeet all the way.
That's beautiful.
That's my man's. Hey, everybody, we appreciate you guys for tuning in and listening to this episode of the World Wrestling Podcast. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next time right here. This is Reef and Darcyro signing off.
Thank you all.